Hi, Eugene here with Darkroom Software. Right now it is boiling outside in Texas, and the last thing that everybody's thinking about is Christmas. But in this video, I'm going to show you why right now is the perfect time to be thinking ahead towards the Christmas season. This video is going to be specifically made for people already using Booth or people thinking about adding Core Edition to their photography business. So what we're going to do is we're going to use equipment that we already have, add an additional piece of software, throw in some creative ideas, and see how we might be able to be a little bit more profitable come Christmas season. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, before we get started with Core Edition, I want to show you these new stickers that we have available on our website. I believe they're free, but this is specifically for builders that are building photo booths and adding Darkroom software. Every one of your booths should have this sticker inside of it. It says that it's proudly powered by Darkroom software. It has a QR code to help them get started. They scan it, takes them to the help center. It might also save an event. If they're running into an issue, they can scan it and look up whatever issue they're running into. Has contact information, and also importantly it has that license code, so you fill out the license code, stick it to the inside of the booth. If they ever run into an issue, they know what code is on that specific booth, and makes everybody's life hopefully a little bit easier. So either if you're a dealer, reach out to your rep, or I'll have a link in the description if you need some of these. But if you're dealing, they should have that sticker inside. So let's get into Darkroom Core Edition. The theme of today's video is it is a workflow software, and it's made to work the way you work, the way you want it to work. So here is my photo library. And this is where we're going to organize our events and images. In Core Edition, they're called catalogs. In Booth, they're called events. Essentially the same thing. So here are my catalogs. I've created a new catalog and imported these images in. I can then, let's go ahead and get the orientation right on all of them. And these, I'll talk about that in just a second. But from here, we can print. I can select this image and click a 4x6 and it will print a 4x6. But this area is really made for organizing your catalogs and images. The photo workshop is where you're going to do most of your work. So like I said, these images were imported in. What I'm going to do is show you that you can also take a picture. That's one of the big differences between Core and Booth, is that you can take a picture with the actual software or the shutter release button. Right now the camera I'm using is a couple feet away, so I'm just clicking take photo. But this is real helpful in retaking. That's probably the most helpful part about it, is that I took one picture, it's slightly out of focus, took a second one that's much better, and then at that point I can then click my 4x6 package and it would print. So we're going to switch back to pictures of my kids because they are much cuter than I am.
Wait,
so,
I have something really important to tell you.
Hey man, what's going on? I was just editing the video.
It's a secret, so you gotta
Okay.
come close. Oh.
Okay, really? Okay,
Okay?
I'll let them know.
Hold on, later.
So I am told that right now through August 5th, we will have a special promotion for Darkroom Core. That's $100 off of our regular price is $495, so that's about 20% discount. That's an awesome discount. Take it while you can. Make sure you get your code and purchase your software before August 5th. Thanks. Back to Eugene. But we're imagining that the images are captured either by a tethered camera or imported from a memory card at an event. That's kind of the idea that we have right now. So the photographer can take one image, two images, and then they say, okay, the second image, the last image is the one that I want you to print. Or you can take multiple images and then let the parents choose, or the guests choose which image they like best. When we're talking about photographing children, and specifically children and animals, you can't use a countdown. They just don't get the concept for the most part. That you have to know when to click that shutter button. So in Easter and Santa shoots, this is crucial. So I have a few packages set up right here. I'm actually going to switch over and change one of mine, and it'll make sense a little bit further down the video. You can see why I am undoing what I have previously done. Okay, and 4x8, we'll come back to that later. Okay, so I can click my 4x6 package. I have virtual printer set up. It's going to automatically print directly to that printer. You can see it's spooling, and there it goes. It's printed. You would have your 4x6 die sub printer or jet printer hooked up, or 8x10, whatever size you're doing, or multiple printers. That's really cool about Core Edition, that if you want to print 5x7s, 4x6, 8x10s, 8x12s, 8x24s, you can add those specific printers for those sizes. And some printers will actually allow you to do multiple sizes. The DX100 is an amazing printer that allows you to do 4x8 greeting cards all the way up to 8x10s, 8x24s. I'm not sure how far the size goes. Let's say you have an image that needs to be edited just a little bit. You can see the floor right there, and then this umbrella. So in this case, I can actually, I'm gonna try my retouch. I'm gonna switch to Photoshop, click retouch, and see if I can edit that out. And this is gonna take me into Photoshop. Now this isn't a Photoshop editing tutorial, but I just want to show you that it's possible, and also show you a my preferred way of editing in Photoshop. Let's switch over. Okay, so there's the image. It's already cropped and sent to Photoshop that way. Just kind of paint that away. Okay, it's not my best Photoshop work, but click Save Retouches, and it will then now take us back over to Darkroom, and there goes that umbrella. So that's some of the retouching. I promised you I'd show you a an option that I prefer to use. We'll just grab this image, and you can just drag it straight into Photoshop. Oops. Just invert it just so you can see that you can do it, and the image is flipped and inverted. Just undo all that and save it back, and then close it, and now it's updated in Darkroom. So oops. That's editing in Photoshop. You also have the retouch workshop right here. We can kind of skip over that part, just because this is just the tip of the iceberg of what Core Edition can do. But let's say I wanted a black and white with a vignette, 5x7. Let's say 2 5x7s and 8x10 of that image. There's my order. You can see this one went to a shopping cart versus the other one went straight to a printer. They're set up just a little bit different, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But there is that order. That's how you can, another way you can build an order. So if you're looking at this image right here, one thing you'll notice is that if I print a 4 by, or let's say a 5 by 7, we'll go 5 by 7, 8 by 10 again. It's showing me that it's going to crop the top of my daughter's head off. If I save the order and go to my orders tab, the last one was probably this one. You can see that it's cropped. And so for the most part, most people will just kind of skip the orders tab completely. It's not where that comes in handy is if you're running multiple stations. Let's say you have a large party, and this is from my experience that we in the past I did a large party with multiple Santas, and they were sending to a central computer where they were printing. So there are capture stations with Santas in separate rooms because kids can't see that there's actually multiple Santas, and then they're sending to a central location to print. So that's where this comes in, that they're captured, then they go to another location to actually purchase and print. The operator can then go in, look at the image, and make adjustments, and then place the order once they've received payment. So also a little bit more complicated, we're not really going to get into, but if you visit darkroomsupport.com, there's a video on networking and some of the options that you have there. For a single standalone setup, I would just check auto print, and for the most part you don't even have to go to this area. So now we're going to get into some more specialty items and different ideas on how you might be able to expand your offering using Core Edition. So here, if I go to my templates, I have this, and my idea behind this template is that it is made for Facebook or social media, that it's captured and then saved as a file and then uploaded to Event Gallery, and then the parents can then go and do whatever they want. I have a video on using a receipt printer to print out barcodes. So low-cost barcode receipts, they scan it and then they can download their image. That's on our help center as well. Let's switch over. This would be for a Christmas party, a corporate Christmas party where you and your family go, and they have a photographer, and it prints out, and it's something to remember this this Christmas party. This is a picture of Darkroom from back in the day. You won't see me in this picture, but it's previous. But the this would be for a corporate Christmas party. So that's the idea behind that. And that, I believe it's set up for a 4x6. Here we have our green screen template. Let's just switch to green. I think I have Batman here. So there's Batman. We'll put him on our Christmas background, and then order our 4x6 print. And so here we have Spider-Man on a horizontal image. We have a separate template for horizontal. There's our 4x6 horizontal. There is also a video on just so you set up a package. You assign it one template, but it chooses the correct template on orientation. That should be under the template section on the help center as well. So there's a lot more that we're not really going into, but most of it's covered on the help center. So you can build your workflow the way you need it to work. That is what Core Edition is all about. That's why it's called a workflow software. So let's switch back to our oops, I want to show you one more thing. I said earlier I'd explain why I was undoing that. I'm going to set my 4x6 to automatically add that template and print. So I have my vertical 4x6 and my horizontal 4x6. Because those templates were made and saved with the same name, it should choose the right orientation. You can see that it rotated the actual image where it has Happy Holidays in the bottom. Same here. So it chose the right template, even though the orientation here is not correct. It actually output with the correct template. Okay, and let's see. Let's switch my catalog back to my kids. We'll add the ornament. So this product would be something similar to this. It's a ball ornament, and you slip an image inside of it, and it's actually hung from a tree. This could also be used with a dye sublimation transfer printer, a printer that prints out and it's made to be heat transferred to metal, ceramic. So you can do your holiday mugs, your ornaments, all those weird little novelty specialty items. Core Edition can help you with that. Who we're talking about there is somebody that's not actually doing all the printing on site. I'm going to bring up one additional topic or option that you have. But for somebody that's printing some and then they're fulfilling some at home or at the office and then sending them out. So these would take a little bit longer than just adding an event, unless you're just selling the print and this object and they assemble it at home. So Core Edition also has what it's called Labtricity connectivity. So I have my lab set up. Yeah. So I have my local lab connected, and if I click here, I can see the different products that they offer. And so if I wanted to offer a baseball, let's say I was doing a baseball event, I can then output to baseball. We're talking about Christmas stuff, so here would be our cards, Christmas cards. So if let's say I want to do a 4x8 Christmas card and in quantities and have it double-sided, this would be a good option. Or there they are. There's some other Christmas cards. Die-cut magnets, travel mug. So stuff that I can actually produce. Check with the Labtricity Network. Find a lab that works for you. But you can expand your offering using Core Edition without actually having to have that additional equipment. So you capture, sell it, tell them it'll take a week to complete, and then they'll send it directly to you. And you actually don't have to do any fulfillment. So that is using Labtricity. One more option, and because we're talking to booth users, I wanted to show you this. You can set up your camera to take a picture and it automatically prints using auto print. So let's say I wanted to print a 4x6 print with a template every time I take a picture. Oops. There it goes. Okay. So now that is set up, we'll go ahead and turn that template off. Core Edition uses a whole bunch of shortcut keys. They're all mapped out. So each one of these, I'm not sure if I talked about this already, but that number matches with the number on your keyboard. You can just click on that and it will send a print. But I'm going to take a picture. It's going to capture my image and it should auto print with my template. There you go. So If you want it to work the same way Booth does and just capture an image, be able to use a shutter release, and still auto print, have just a one-man show, you can do that as well. The theme of today's video is that Core Edition works the way that you want it to work. It's a workflow software, and it's made to work around your needs, rather than having you fit inside a automated process. So, once again, don't forget about the stickers. Proudly powered by Darkroom Software. I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Here are a couple of videos that YouTube thinks that you might enjoy. Be sure to like, subscribe, but more importantly, if there's something you want to learn a little bit more about, comment below this video and I'll do my best to add it as a future video. I'll see you in the next one.